people will tell you things, and then all of a sudden, sometimes you're just in the mind frame to hear it. And so I purchased an agency at the beginning of this year, and I basically doubled in size. I had a huge growth year last year. We probably grew, well, I call it huge. We probably grew, and there was rate increases in there, but we probably grew about $3 million organically
Nice.
with very few producers last year.
Wow.
And so I was feeling like, you know what, I think I might can go about this organically. Like, I think I might can just really throw all the cash flow into organic growth. And then I started, looking at book purchases because we were doing so well. I thought, well, now's the time, because you never know when that dial's going to turn, and like no
100%.
purchases. And I remember the broker selling the book said, look, you got to buy while you can, because you never know, when the higher ups and the powers that be who make these decisions will just come in one day and say, all right, we're not writing in your state anymore. Or we're not
even after
doing
they've
car
told you
insurance.
you could buy,
Yeah,
they could tell you that you can't.
Yeah, they can do that.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So you do. I do. I agree with that sentiment. And I am a big advocate for the people who are able to purchase a book and they have the staff and the resources to handle it, as opposed to the organic, route, simply because they can flip their switch and make a choice to, change things in your area or change your guidelines or your rates at any point. And just having that cushion is a big, just peace of mind, really.
Kathy, have you kept your eye on the difference? Like, okay, you have your primary book that you've worked on and built, blood, sweat, and tears, and then you get the purchase. Have you separated it and then watched that and see what that, is the retention different? Like, talk a little bit about that, because it's not just, rainbows and unicorns when you buy another one, right? Because now you took on some debt and the debt doesn't go down, but
Right.
Often that retention dips a little bit after the purchase. There's a little attrition and all that. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, I wish, and to be honest with you, I am a very rigid kind of operational type watcher, but that is, although I did keep these specific two books separate, I have not kept a very close eye, because we're running everything with the same team. I did not separate the team. So even if I saw that one book was having, maybe I don't think anything honestly is going to be super different, because I have the same customer service team handling both books. I have the same sales team selling in both books equally. And so I'm just kind of watching right now, and I'm only 6, 7 months in. And I did keep them separate for that reason, so that if I need to, sell off one, I can. But I've got the same team running everything, so I'm looking at my overall numbers, and my numbers are not bad. But I have very high standards, and we've always kept good numbers. And so anytime the least little bit slips, I'm kind of.
I mean, Georgia's just spectacular, because your rates are, it's huge premium.